I'm back. It's been a month. Thank you for all of you that have stuck around and come back and keep joining me on my fun. And welcome to anybody that's new to my podcast, Hot.Mess.Knits. And I'm your host, Shayna. For any of you that are new, I'm a little crazy, a hot mess. My knits aren't always like disastrous, but my life is a bit crazy. So usually everything's just, I'm self-declared weirdo. So it is so nice to be back talking to you guys. I hope all of you are doing awesome, making awesome things. I know we just got off of spring break ourselves. Last week was our spring break. I hope you guys had a wonderful Easter, wonderful break. Hopefully you guys got to have some chill time and relax and craft, all that good stuff. I have been in a little bit of a knitting funk. There were definitely a few days that I just wanted to be a couch potato and just do nothing. So needless to say, I don't have like a ridiculous amount to show you guys, but it's been a month, guys, so bear with me with just my few items to show you. Just gonna talk about just what's been going on here at the home here lately. Nothing crazy, but just figured, you know, I'd share a little bit. We ended up going up to Rochester, the family, for just 2 days. My daughter had a doctor's appointment up in the city to figure out some of her stomach issues. She just had some tests to run. So we ended up staying at a hotel and let the kids swim. So that was fun. We ended up getting there, and I think after going up, you know, checking in, going up to the room right away, we went down to the swimming pool, swam, then went out for dinner. We were going to go swimming again after we got back to the hotel, but I think we ate so much that we were just stuffed, and we ended up watching a movie, one of the Avengers movies, I do believe, or maybe it was Marvel, I don't know. And then the next morning before we had to check out, I think it was like 6:30, I took the kids down to go swimming one last time, and then we packed up and headed back home. So that was like the highlight of our spring break. Otherwise, everything else, all the other days were pretty just chill at home, nothing crazy, just like as if it was a really long extended weekend. My husband put in a new front door since the last time I talked to you guys. Not that that's super exciting, but for this old house, anything that ends up, you know, being fixed or redone is exciting. So we have a beautiful new front door installed, and then the entryway right by that new door, my husband also put in new flooring, which, thank the heavens, it was much needed. I mean, the old vinyl, there were chunks missing, it was peeling up and curling up, and it was just ridiculous. So that's so nice to have redone. And finally, we have a shoe epidemic in our house. It like, the organization is seriously lacking. So my husband got some wood and made some shelving in our front closet. So we actually have a place for our shoes. So it is so nice and organized and clean in there. You know, you're looking for a pair of shoes, you can find them easily. It's no longer an eyesore. So it's so nice to have. What else has been going on in the house? That's it. I told you guys, nothing super exciting. So, any case, it's just nice for those little things to be done and fixed and look better. Next on the project list for the house is hopefully finishing up the bathroom that has been gutted for over a year now. At least we have a working toilet in there, so we still have, you know, if somebody's occupying one bathroom, the 4 other members of the family can still relieve themselves in the other bathroom. Alright guys, enough of that. Move on to crafty time. These beautiful daffodils my daughter picked for me from in the woods in our yard and brought it in, and it's the perfect cheerful yellow on these gloomy looking days. So I thought it was very sweet of her to pick all those and brought them in, and we put them in a vase, and I love it. So sweet of her. Alright, so I think we'll start with finished objects, because this one, I told you guys, I didn't know if I was going to get finished. And lo and behold, I have finished them. The hazelnut socks, guys. And the detailing is so neat. I mean, they're designed for left foot, right foot. So the lace part comes up along, not the side of your foot, but like on top of your foot, but to the side. Does that make sense? These are hazelnut socks by Helen Stewart. And I use my Malabrigo. Rios? No, this one's Rios. Just their sock yard, and this one was Poisson or Poisson, if you want to be French. But it's just gorgeous between the color of the socks and the texture of them. It's beautiful. And so I finished the second one, guys. I thought it was gonna never happen because for whatever reason I procrastinate or I get into a knitting funk, which I definitely did. And they are done. They are done. And I already wore them twice. I love them. They fit wonderfully. I was worried that maybe my tension was too tight for like the lace part, or for the cape. It's not lace. What am I talking about, guys? The cable work. Good Lord. Oi. But I'm so in love with them. Love them, love them, love them. And then I told you guys also, where did I put it? That I was spinning. I had a spinning project. It was a package of merino and Polworth top that was 5 ounces. Also came with a 1 ounce of uncarded locks. And I finally worked on spinning it up. And the company was Frabjous Fiber. Frabjous Fiber. And so what I did was I kept it as a single ply. I turned it into kind of like an art yarn with the uncarded locks. I just wanted to kind of have fun playing with it. It will probably become a fun cowl or scarf of some sort. It'll probably sit in my stash for a while until I really get inspired or find something that says, yes, that's what I'm going to use it for. So it was fun. It was fun busting out my spinning wheel again and working on it and spinning. I think the next thing I'm going to focus on with my spinning wheel is spinning enough wool into a sweater quantity. I'm thinking at some point in the near future buying some like professional acid dyes. Most of the things that I've dyed with has been just food coloring and, vinegar for the acid. But I really would love to make my own kind of tonal black-gray yarn, and I would love to make a sweater out of it. I definitely love black and white. It goes with so many different things. It's more versatile, and so I definitely would love to make a sweater out of yarn that I spun myself and dyed myself. I mean, how cool would that be? And I'm going to Rhinebeck this year. So that is my motivation, is to spin, 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 and then knit, 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 and have a Rhinebeck sweater. I don't know what pattern I'm going to do just yet. I'm going to first see what I'm naturally spinning at, and then I'm going to do definitely like a 2-ply, or definitely a 2-ply sweater, but maybe I'll have to play around with ply, what I naturally spin at, how thin it is, and then, if I ply it twice, what weight would it be, and go from there and kind of see what I want to do, if I want to make it a 2-ply, 3-ply, 4-ply, and, and what end result of the weight would be, because then I'd have to look at, you know, patterns for that weight. So we'll see, but I'm so freaking excited about Rhinebeck, guys. Not even playing. That'll be my first like yarn festival, and Rhinebeck's huge. I'm so excited. Moving on, that's all I have. Wait, this, okay, so let me start off by saying that my craft room area, which is part of my laundry room, which is not big, it looked like a bomb exploded in there. You could hardly walk in there. Like the little bit of countertop that is in there, it was covered with a bunch of stuff where like, oh, I'm done with that. Plop, plop, plop. Things were all over every surface of that room. So I spent a solid 4 hours in there, taking everything out, reorganizing, putting stuff away where it's supposed to go, finding new homes for other things that were in there. A million times better after I completed cleaning and organizing in that room. And in that process, I found a lonely, forgotten project. It is Knit Picks Brandolin Top, and I did use their yarn. I think what was suggested in the pattern, which I'm throwing a complete brain fart on what, cotton linen? Something like that. And it's really soft. I love this yellow. It's not like a scream in your face yellow, but it's almost a goldenish yellow. It's beautiful. So I remember there was definitely an issue I had with the armholes. This was the first garment I ever made. And this was like 2 years ago. And so the construction and all that stuff and understanding the pattern was a little complicated. I mean, for the most part, everything looks really good. Aside from the sleeves. So it looks like on this sleeve I picked back up and tried to decrease it, I think. And then this side, because I can see that it's not as wide as it, like this was where it's supposed to stop, but when I tried it on, it definitely looked way too baggy, weird looking. So I definitely need to finish this so I can wear it this year. I mean, since it's getting about that time to be able to wear cute tops like this. Granted, we just had snow the other day. Western New York, what you gonna do? Even back home in Wisconsin, they got hit with snow, and it's like, Mother Nature, get your shit together. But in any case, I guess it's not quite a finished object, is it? Because I have to fix the sleeves, or a sleeve, and weave and ends. So that's exciting. I'm gonna have to work on this and get that finished up. So then that is technically a whip, I guess, because it's not finished. So we'll keep going on whips. So Day at the Sea Shawl by Lisa Haynes. I was using my hand spun yarn, and this was a cal I have going on in my Ravelry group. If anybody's interested in joining, it's a Think Spring cal, and the hashtag is ThinkSpringCal2019. And it's just pick some fun colors or a fun pattern that makes you think spring or whatever, and just join along, have fun, post your pictures, what pattern you're using, and just have fun with us. You know, it's just chatty time. And so it started out with a lace panel, and that was color A, and then it works into garter of color B, and then you work stripes of color C, or man, the video like just quit out of nowhere. Sorry about that. So it's gonna be a weird transition from the other video to this one. Alright, so color A, which was lace section, garter for color B, and then you have striping of color C and B. And then I'm now into where it's just the garter of color C, and then it ends with another panel of lace. So it's going to be of generous size. It is all wool that I spun, so I guess It's not great for warm or for like hot weather. But spring, you know, you still have those cooler nights or cool mornings where a wool shawl in fun colors will still be just fine. So that is why I picked this project, and because I haven't used my hand spun yarn really. So I figured what an awesome way to use up 3 different skeins that I had, you know, created. So this is color A, color B, which you can see a lot of it is, I mean, most of it's gone, and dwindling down on color C. So that is my fun project. And by the way, because I think I forgot to mention that it is still going on. The Think Spring Cal is going on until the end of May. So May 31st, I believe, is the last day of May. And so please join. Even if you don't get it completed by the end of May, whatever. I mean, just join me, have fun, sharing what we're working on, and it's just fun to have company. And let's see. Oh, the crocheted blanket. I showed you guys last time, and sadly I had to rip out quite a bit because I must have been absent-mindedly crocheting where my sides were going all over the place instead of where they were supposed to be. So I ripped out and started over again, and so not very far, but I'm still in love with these colors because it's Gryffindor, even though that's not the intention behind the colors that were picked, but it still makes me just think Harry Potter. So that is my work in progress, and that's all I have for whips, guys. I will show you also my first ever knitted socks. I finally repaired the couple of holes I had that were on the bottom of the foot, and I was thinking, you know, I have 5 pairs of socks that I've knitted so far for myself, and I haven't had any issues with holes other than these ones. So then as I've been learning more about socks and knitting socks and what you use, that, okay, so what is it about this that keeps getting holes? So I looked at the yarn, which is Louette Gem Fingering, which I found out is 100% merino wool. There's no nylon. Well, because I walk like an elephant, I'm hard on my feet, on my socks, that is why I keep getting holes in them. So these will be reserved for days of chilling on the couch, watching movies. So that way it's not constantly in need of repairs. I fixed 3 holes this time, and there were 2 previous ones that I had fixed already. So lots of repairs. And my skills are probably not great as far as repairing the correct way, but if it works, it works. That's all that matters. So that is done. And I will show you guys what I got in April's Knit Picks Fan Favorites box. This is going to be my last box until the next school year. The reason is we are going to Wisconsin this summer to visit my family because that's where I'm from. And we plan on going to the House on the Rock, which is the coolest place ever. If you're ever in Wisconsin or traveling through there or whatever, you need to check that place out. It is so cool, and I guess over the past several years, they have added onto it new things there, and I haven't been there for, it's been a solid 15, 16 years since I've last been there. It was before I met my husband, so I mean, it's time to go. So we're gonna go for sure this summer. That's gonna cost a pretty penny to go, you know, not only to travel to Wisconsin, but to pay for, you know, 5 people to get in and spend the day there, and just other things that we definitely want to do while we are back home visiting. So not only that, I'm also out of a job for the summer because I'm a substitute teacher at the school, and when school's out, then I'm out. So but it works out wonderful. Then I don't need to, you know, worry about paying a babysitter to watch my kids. My husband makes enough that we can pay the bills, but just nothing for splurging. So Knit Picks box is going to be put on hold. So needless to say, here is the kick-ass Knit Picks box that I got. So yarn bowl is always a lovely surprise to see in the box. I love a good yarn bowl, and it is like perfect size for a ball of yarn. It is just well made. This patch, I gotta find the perfect project bag that I want to iron this onto, because it is awesome. I'm working on my PhD. Projects half done. It's such a cute patch. I can't wait to use it. And then 4 skeins of billow yarn. It is a Pima cotton yarn, and it is in the colorway Sage Brush, which is a beautiful minty-ish color. I love a good mint. And so each skein it's a bulky weight. It's 120 yards each. So I mean, that's a good bit. And then it also, of course, came with a pattern for the oblique cowl, and it's a very cute cowl. I love the texture of it. So I cannot wait to make that. It's probably something I'll cast on in the very near future, because we live where it definitely still is cool in the mornings or in the evenings until you're like middle of summer. So I'm definitely going to be knitting that up. So that was a super cool box. I was excited. And then I splurged. Last month I went ahead and signed up for a homespun house for her Harry Potter yarn club. So you get like a surprise skein, and it's the themed month for this one was for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. And I am a Potter fan. So I was so excited, and I ended up getting the soft sock fingering, and her colorway, she called it Man with Two Faces, which if you guys know Harry Potter, you will get the Man with Two Faces. And so it is a 75-25 merino nylon, 470 yards. I think I'm going to find a shawl to make with this. You guys, she did a phenomenal job. I think it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. And I chose the option where I could get a themed charm as well, and a little progress keeper or whatever, and it's adorable. So it's like a little donut with a lightning bolt. I'm trying to get it to pick up the right way. It's probably not going to work that well, but it's got the stone on there, if you can see the Philosopher's Stone. So I'm in love. I wish I could afford to sign up for all the Harry Potter themed yarn clubs. I know I've seen advent calendars be released by Homespun House, by Molly. I think Hugh Loco, Nicole from Hugh Loco, I think she had posted about one as well. And what's the Dragon Horde Yarns? Yeah, so I mean, already coming out, and I'm just like bummed because I would love to sign up for an advent calendar that's Harry Potter themed, but between our trip coming up and the fact that I'll be out of work for the summer, I just can't justify it. So hopefully there will be one that is open still, or that I can buy into in the fall. Actually no, because then I got Rhinebeck. I have Rhinebeck to plan for and save for. So I probably won't be able to sign up for that advent calendar. There's always next year though, so whatever. It's not the end of the world. But in any case, that is what I've got to show you guys. Has it really only been 10 minutes? Must be talking like a mile a minute. Good Lord. Oh, I'm a hot mess, guys. I totally forgot. I had to restart the video to add on because whatever happened on my phone and it like kicked me off. So it's like an added on 10 minutes to whatever the time was on the other one. Oi. You'd think it's Monday, but it's Tuesday. And this beautiful shawl, which I didn't mention because I don't even remember the pattern. I know it's Lion Brand's mandala yarn, and it's super soft for, you know, just commercially made yarn. But I wanted a cute crescent shawl. It's nice and long, but it doesn't hang down your back too far, so you can just whatever you want to do with it. Alright guys, so that's it. Hopefully I'll podcast again in a couple weeks. I'm hoping that this will be done in a couple weeks. So maybe I'll push for getting this done before I podcast again. Goals people, right? And we'll see what new things I have cast on and started and whatever new fun things I have to show you, tell you, whatever. But until next time, my friends,